Howdy Space Cats! Who doesn't like a fairy tale? Yes, it's me, your old buddy Jules, bringing you a video on drawing and indie publishing, and today I just wanted to paint. I love fairy tales and folklore, but I always try and make the endings a little bit nicer. I think sometimes they're a bit grim. Let's start the painting and I will tell you the story. Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. I picked Hansel and Gretel. The story is of two children who get sent into the woods by their wicked stepmother, who hopes to offload them to the wolves. Nice. In the first attempt, Hansel, the brother, realises what she's up to and drops stones all along the path so that he and his sister Gretel can find their way home again. This infuriates the stepmother, and she takes them deeper into the forest next day. Hansel drops breadcrumbs in the hope of being able to find his way back again, but the birds eat all the bread. So, the children are lost and wander about trying to find a way out of the forest. Just as they are about to give up all hope, Gretel spots a cute little cottage in a clearing, which seems to be made of gingerbread and sweeties. Hungry, they both gallop over and break bits off the house to eat. What they don't know is that the house is owned by a witch. She is old and can hardly see at all, but she is wily and hungry too. She captures the children, locks up Hansel in a cage, and makes Gretel be her slave. She keeps the children for a few weeks, fattening up Hansel to put in a casserole with some potatoes and carrots for a delicious child stew. She periodically stretches her old bony hand through the bars of the cage to feel if Hansel's arm has grown any fatter. However, he is clever and finds an old chicken bone to offer as his arm, and she spares him the stew for another day. Finally, the day comes when the witch has had enough of waiting, and she prepares the vegetables for the stew. She tells Gretel to go and see if the fire is hot enough, which is when Gretel has an idea. She says she can't really tell. So, huffing and puffing, the witch flings the door to the stove open to feel the warmth. Gretel takes her chance and pushes the witch with all her might into the fire and slams the door behind her. Then she releases Hansel from his cage. Now, I can't stand violence, and the thought of throwing an elderly lady into a fire, even if she was threatening to eat me, is too much to bear. So in this picture, there is a bit of the story. Hansel is in the cage, and there is a hint of slavery for Gretel. But the witch doesn't look evil and nasty. She's actually just a wise old woman gone astray a bit. I don't think for a moment that she would eat Hansel. I'd like to think that she'd come to her senses, and when she finds out how awful the parents have been, particularly the stepmother, that she would take the children in and give them a good home, and then perhaps sort the parents out a bit. I did make a sketch for the outside of the house with the gingerbread and the candies, Perhaps I'll give that one a go soon. Anyway, I've got an inside and an outside of the cottage. I decided to make the inside look more normal and how I imagine a witch's home to look. My understanding of witchcraft is that it's much less about making destructive spells with Eye of Newt and more understanding the old ways of nature. So this is what my witch in this painting is.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
If you'd like further artist tutorials, I have a variety of short courses that will help you. There are real-time sessions looking at painting, drawing and marker pens, among others. And if you're keen on producing your own book, there is a more in-depth course on what you need to know about self-publishing a book with illustrations. And that covers making key decisions, how to make layouts and dummy books, rhythm and pacing, as well as several tutorials on illustrating your book, and a look at the tech. You can either hop over to my website or join me on Patreon for more information. Go on, give it a go! If you want to have a go at doing this, then I highly encourage you to do so. It doesn't have to be Hansel and Gretel. Pick a fairy tale and make it all yours. Next time we'll be looking at what an editor is, what they do and how to get one. If you're indie publishing, then it's worth a listen just to find out if you need one. I'm off to milk a moose. I will see you next time. Nanu nanu.